always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
And welcome to GSMC Entertainment Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Cynthia, and happy Monday, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend, whether that was with a special someone or not. Valentine's Day, I like to consider it also as a self-love day. You don't need to be with somebody. You don't need a Valentine for that day. And even if you do have a Valentine, or even if you are in a relationship or in a situationship, it's a day to also reward yourself, love your friends, your family. So I had a great Valentine's Day. My boyfriend came up actually, because geographically, I'm more north than he is. So he came up to see me, which was nice because we are in a long distance relationship. And for those of you who are also in a long distance relationship, you guys know the struggle. So it was really nice to see him. And it was pretty chill. We just ate. We went to 2 different restaurants back to back. Like, that's pretty much all we did was eat. And it was nice. So I hope you guys all had a great weekend as well, a productive one. And as always, let's get into the entertainment world. What has been going on this past week? There's always something going on in the entertainment world. Feel me? Like, it never stops spinning. It's always something new, which makes this podcast so exciting for me to do because there's always something to talk about, somebody to talk about. And the first order of business that I'll be covering is Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle union. For those of you who are not aware, they recently, a few days ago, just introduced their 12-year-old daughter, Zaya, to the world. They have received immense amount of support, but they've also received lots of backlash, of course. So I'll fill you guys in right now on what I'm talking about. Dwayne Wade is not doing anything special per se, or at least not trying that an ideal society should perceive as special. He is simply being a loving father, but in our society, warped as it is by a stunning array of hatred, love can often be a radical act. And the issue at hand is that one of Dwayne Wade's children is trans. She just came out as transgender, Zaya Wade. Dwayne Wade and his wife, Gabrielle union, they love their daughter. They show her immense support. And this week, the entire family, including Zaya's 18-year-old brother, proudly introduced her to the world as their trans child, like officially. There's always been some type of speculation, just from pictures they would upload, family photos they would upload to the internet. And I think one time she had on acrylics, and even just the way she talks, some people deemed it as being quote unquote girly. So people were already spewing the hate towards them, saying like, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's only 12. She doesn't know anything about sexuality. But that is not the case. And the world is evolving and the world is progressing. And just because she's 12 doesn't mean she doesn't know what she's talking about. That doesn't mean she doesn't know herself. You know, like, no one knows you better than you. I believe that. And she's just very mature. Like, this whole situation, I just love how the Wade union family is handling the criticism, how they're showing so much support to Zaya. So this story just really touches me. I don't personally know anybody who's trans, but I can definitely just appreciate and respect the story, what they're doing. So let me continue on. So a year after supporting Zaya's attendance at the Miami Pride Parade, which she also received like lots of backlash for that, and months after fiercely defending Zaya after a photo of the family featured her with acrylic nails, which, always brings out social media trolling. Those damn, I can't cuss, sorry. Those social media trolls, I just can't stand them. Internet bullies, I can't stand you. Dwayne Wade is attempting to use his platform as a great athlete in this, macho, heteronormative, and cis-dominant of world, in the sports world is very macho. And I love that he's using his platform to try to educate others, on this experience. And I think it would be wonderful if we lived in a time when this action wasn't deemed as exceptional, but it is, and it matters. In the past, Dwayne Wade has expressed pride in Zaya while also saying that he knows this isn't or shouldn't be about him. That he, in fact, is not asking, for a cookie just because he is a loving father. And I love this about him, and I love that he stated this. He's not switching the narrative to him. He's not pointing it to him. All eyes and everything should be on his daughter because that's really who they should be keeping the light on. It's her story. The only reason why Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade are spreading her story and bringing light to the situation is because Zaya is so young. She's 12 years old. So rather it be through them than Zaya right now, who's still very young, and the internet shouldn't be attacking a 12-year-old. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And I know when she grows older and she's of age, she will tell the story directly through her eyes, through her mouth. And I'm honestly just very excited to see her flourish into this beautiful woman that she is now, not claim, I don't want to say that word, but who she has felt like she's always been since the beginning of time. So I send all my support and love to the family and especially to Zaya. And now that Zaya is officially out, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union made the decision to be more public about their lives. Dwayne Wade said in a statement, "We are proud, and when I say proud, we are proud, parents of a child in the LGBTQ community, and we are proud allies as well. And we take our roles and our responsibilities as parents very seriously." He continues, "So when our child comes home with a question, when our child comes home with an issue, when a child comes home with anything, it's our job as parents to listen, to give them the best information we can, the best feedback that we can, and that doesn't change just because sexuality is now involved in it." I absolutely love what he said. I love how he expressed the situation, and that's truly they're remarkable parents. Not many parents when they have children claim they're going to love them unconditionally. Unconditional love is exactly what this family is displaying towards Zaya. It doesn't matter, what gender they are. You're going to love your child regardless. And if you are thinking about having a kid and you don't think you can handle a child that's trans, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have children. Fight me in the comments. Actually, don't fight me in the comments, but that's just my opinion. You should love your child unconditionally. And that is exactly what this means. And I just love how he's bringing this message about. And to add on, there are many reports out there stating how, the transgender youth, transgender community in general, but specifically the transgender youth, have significantly increased rates of depression, suicide, and victimization compared to their cisgender peers. And in large, I believe it's due to their home life. If they come from an unsupportive home life, unfortunately, as I just stated, there are families, there are parents who completely boot out their children if they come out as trans, gay, whatever. So I can absolutely see how that can be detrimental, especially to a young individual, how that can be extremely detrimental on one's health, mental health, emotional health, and especially coming from family. I just can't even imagine being in that position or coming from a family who just wouldn't support me, especially when it comes to, my identity, what I truly feel and know who and what I am. And I'm just so proud of this little girl, Zaya, that at such a young age, so smart and mature, extremely mature for her age. She's more mature than some grown adult out there, okay? And the way her mind is set up and the way she just elaborates on her feelings, like, I'm just in awe. And I'm going to read to you guys a statement, not really a statement, but something that she also said, Zaya said in a video. So the same day that Dwayne Wade announced or introduced their 12-year-old girl as trans, Gabrielle Union also uploaded a video to Twitter and to her Instagram page talking about how, you know, just again, introducing Zaya as well to the world. And Zaya's just wise beyond her words, you guys. She really is. And I'm going to read you guys the message she leaves us with. She says, I would say, well, let me back up a little bit so you guys don't get all confused. It's a video of Zaya and Dwayne Wade. They're in it seems like they're like golfing and they're in a golf cart, and Dwayne Wade has it first panned onto him, and he asks Zaya, what do you think of like pretty much the naysayers on the internet, what they think about you? And this is her response. I would say just be true to yourself. What's the point of being on this earth if you're going to try to be someone you're not? It's like you're not even living as yourself, which is the dumbest concept to me. You guys, she is 12 years old and she thinks like this and she talks like this. I'm amazed, and I'm just like, I'm so happy that for Zaya's case, she's put in a family in a position where they love her, they truly accept her, and they're willing to fight this battle and fight anybody who comes their way and comes for her. And I'm just like so happy for them. The Wade Union family is doing nothing less than modeling for the country how to love your trans child and how to unconditionally love your child. And on that note, I'm going to take our first quick break of today's episode. When we come back, I'm going to talk about pregnancy and more.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's gsmcpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit gsmcpodcast.com for more info.
Hello and welcome back to GSMC Entertainment Podcast. Moving on to an entirely different topic, we're here to talk about pregnancy. A pregnancy announcement again amongst two celebrities, a celebrity couple. Duh, it's the Entertainment Podcast. I don't know why I said it like that. You guys know what it is. So let me not introduce. I don't know what's going on, you guys. Okay, I've been awake since 3:50 a.m. and it is now 5:26 p.m. I've been on the go, and it's a new work schedule of mine. I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but I just need to explain to you guys why I may sound a little loopy. My work schedule changed, and so I now have like a double day on Mondays, which is, I need to just get used to it because that is what my schedule is going to be like from now on. So my body clock is just very off right now. I'm trying to get used to this new work schedule of mine. So I do apologize if I just start not even making sense. So let me just say that right now so you guys don't get it twisted, okay? I'm just like, I'm it's my bedtime right now, okay? It's my bedtime. As I was saying, we're here to talk about pregnancy. So almost a year after getting married in what was by all means a wild elope Las Vegas ceremony, Do you know who I'm talking about, you guys? Just by saying that? Well, I feel like a lot of celebrities actually have eloped. Anyways, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas are reportedly, keyword, reportedly expecting their first child together. And I say reportedly, and here's why. Well, I'll tell you in a few short minutes. I just need to say, this is so crazy to me because I grew up watching the Jonas Brothers, listening to the Jonas Brothers. I had the fattest crush on Joe Jonas through my elementary years. I think Joe Jonas was actually my first celebrity crush. And especially after seeing him with Demi Lovato in the Disney movie Camp Rock, that's when my crush for him skyrocketed. I was just so obsessed with him at the time. And it's just crazy to me to see like all these childhood idols of mine that I used to look up to and just idolize. They're like grown, they're getting married, they're having kids, and it's just so weird to me because I still picture these people as Disney characters and Disney personas, and it's like, well, they're real adults. Like, I don't know, it's just a really weird concept to me. Like, when I read that headline that he's expecting a baby, I'm like, what? But time just flies, man. Anyways, going back to why I said about reportedly. So they're reportedly pregnant because it's not 100% confirmed. Sources say that they're keeping their pregnancy on the low, very hush-hush, which I believe nowadays is the best way to go about your life, especially your private life, because social media can be highly destructive with all the online trolls that we got out there. So definitely I love that they're keeping this private if this is absolutely true. And I also believe, I don't know, I'm kind of like 50-50 because they haven't like officially announced their pregnancy announcement. If you go to both of their Instagram pages, neither of them have announced any sort of like baby picture or like nothing of that. But I do have my suspicions that they did in fact announce it, but in an extremely subtle way. I don't know if this is because I'm a girl. You know what they say, that girls are FBIs when it comes to researching things and researching who's dating who. Like my girls know we can get down and dirty when it comes to lurking and stalking and finding details out about somebody. That is what I did with both Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas. But I didn't have to go that far into lurking because if you go back to their pages, if you guys go log onto an Instagram right now and check on their Instagram pages, they each posted a photo on February 4th, the exact same photo of them too. So they both posted the exact same photo on the same day. It's a black and white photo. They're like crouched down on their knees, and Joe is giving Sophie a kiss on the cheek, or not on the cheek, on the head. And Sophie Turner titled the photo, "Happiness Begins With You, Bub." And then Joe captioned the same photo with a heart-eyed emoji. And this pregnancy announcement came out like 5 days ago. It's February 17th. They both posted this photo on February 4th. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm reaching here or if I'm really good at connecting the dots. You guys can let me know in the comments. But I think that's a very subtle way of announcing, or like they could have found out good news such as a pregnancy, but they just wanted to keep it to themselves, keeping that private for themselves so they can celebrate in private before they like announce it to the world, which I totally understand. Like I said, like you should definitely protect your privacy, protect your energy, especially if they are pregnant. Like people, there's always going to be people, supportive people. There's always going to be people who, haters. That's just the world we live in today. So if this is in fact true, and if that is the pregnancy announcement, you guys heard it here first by me. I connected the dots. FBI, you got to hire me because I got it in the bag, okay? And so like I said, they haven't addressed the issue. So it's safe to say that they are reportedly pregnant. And it's something that I kind of like had to sit and chew on about this whole situation. Every single like media article that I read, E-News, Vulture, Harper's Bazaar, all of those, they all posted on their headlines that this couple was pregnant, right? But every article that I read, it kept saying sources say this, their sources say that if these sources outed this couple out on this big announcement to the media before they had a chance to do it, that is so messed up to me. Like, I hate that. And if this is true, if the sources went to the media and spilled the tea to them before Sophie and Joe were able to do it, then this couple need to find a new circle of people to surround themselves with, a new circle of people to confide in, because that's just so messed up. You can't be just over there, telling everybody's business. And so I don't know. I might need to follow up on that whole story, because it's not 100% confirmed, but all of these media outlets and media articles are stating that they're reportedly pregnant. That's the key word, reportedly. Nothing's confirmed. There's no social media post. There's no announcement. None of the Jonas brothers have announced anything, neither Nick or Kevin. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air, but I feel like, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see on that one. If they are pregnant, congrats. If they're not pregnant, I'm sorry for misleading information. And again, find a new circle of friends, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas. Now, moving on to a different topic here. We're going to be talking about face tattoos. So a few days ago, Amber Rose was trending on Twitter a few days. I literally just said that was super redundant. I apologize. She was trending on Twitter a few days ago. And, me clicking the link because I'm nosy like that, I assumed I was going to see a video or a picture of her in lingerie or her twerking somewhere out in public on top of the building. I don't know. That was just my assumption. If you know who Amber Rose is, she's a social media personality, ex-stripper, but she's very big on, loving your body, showing your body. She doesn't care what anybody has to say. That's her image, that's, her brand essentially. So that's what I assumed. Clicking the link, she's trending because her butt is out somewhere, But this social media personality was trending for an entirely different reason. Amber Rose, you guys, she got 2 tattoos for her sons, tatted on her face across her beautiful, shiny forehead, to be specific. If you guys seen Amber Rose, she's very attractive, very pretty face, and she got a huge scripted tattoo on her forehead, slash and bash, for both her sons. She's certainly no stranger to tattoos. I mean, she has sleeves on both sides of her arms and her back, but your face, I mean, I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments how you feel about face tattoos. Some people, is it yay? Is it nay? I'm a nay person. I'm not a fan of face tattoos. The only person that I can think of right now at the top of my head who can pull off a face tattoo is Bailani. I love her. She's a tiny little face tattoo on the edge of her eye. But this is across her forehead. Literally across her forehead. I was shook. I wished, when I first saw the photos, I was praying. I'm like, please tell me these photos are photoshopped. Please tell me these are not real. They're photoshopped, because I didn't want to believe it. Why would she go and mess up her face like that on her forehead of all places? If it's a face tattoo, why couldn't she get it somewhere small? Why across the forehead? Now when people joke around and or she says does it look like I have something written on my forehead? Yeah, you do actually. So the 36-year-old first showed off her fresh face ink here this week in a YouTube video for a brand called Cool Kicks, which is an LA-based company that sells new and used sneakers. She appeared in that video alongside her music executive boyfriend, Alexander Edwards, who is the father of her youngest son, 3-month-old / Electric Alexander Edwards. And like I said, both tattoos across her forehead read slash and bash. And Bash, that's the nickname for her 7-year-old son was Khalifa Sebastian Taylor. And again, it's written in cursive letters on her forehead, front and center, right below her hairline. I can't even wrap my mind around that. Why would you just go do that? And I'm like also upset at this tattoo artist because I'm like, who was the tattoo artist? I was on my FBI thing, okay? I researched and I found out who's the man behind this mess. As for the artist behind her new ink, that would be none other than Hollywood favorite Jacob Ramirez. So Jacob Ramirez, he reposted Amber Rose's photo to his own account with the caption, "Thank you, Amber Rose, for trusting me with such a special piece. Hashtag bash and slash, hashtag L Jacob Ramirez, hashtag script tattoo." This made me giggle a little bit because special piece, like I know the intention behind it, like you want to get your son's names tatted on you, that's fine. It's just the placement. That's really what kills me. Like I know I'm nobody to talk about anybody's body part or what they should do to their body. You know, like I'm the first person to say your body, your choice. I 100% stand by that. But I'm like, why just the forehead? Why? Like, I just don't understand. And in that interview she did with that sneaker company, that YouTube video, they asked her, why did she decide to get her son's name tatted? She explained that the death of Kobe Bryant made her reflect on her life, made her reflect and prioritize what's really important in her life. And that's the reason as why she did it. And I understand like getting your children's name tattooed on you. A lot of people do that, but it's just the placement. That's really the only like question mark I have with this whole situation. Like I understand Kobe Bryant was a very tragic loss for everybody and it made all of us reflect and reprioritize things in our life. But I just still don't understand why you'd want to get a huge tattoo across your forehead. I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan. I'm not trying to be a hater. This is just my opinion. Your opinion can be the opposite of mine, and that's completely okay. I know face tattoos are tremendously popular amongst like many people. Some of those including like Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, Kehlani, and like so many more artists and just people in general. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you for face tattoos or are you not? And I'm going to cut into another quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to be sharing with you guys new seasons of shows that are airing tonight.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GSMC Entertainment Podcast. As I just previously mentioned in the previous segment, we're going to be moving on to new shows that are airing tonight. So I'm going to read some of them for you guys. And if one of them appeals to you, log on. I think these are on Netflix. Some are on Netflix, some are on Hulu. And watch these shows if they interest you. And I'm going to start off with the first one. So a new show. What's on a new show? They're into their third season now. The third season of All American airs tonight on the CW. Their first season aired back in 2018. And I'm going to read the synopsis for you guys. And it reads, inspired by the true life story of NFL Super Bowl champion Spencer Paysinger, All American is an inspiring ensemble family drama about a young high school football phenom, Spencer James, and the two families whose homes he shares after transferring from Crenshaw to Beverly High. His mother and brother in South Central LA and the Bakers of Beverly Hills. But as these two families and their vastly different worlds are drawn together, Spencer, the Bakers, and the James family will discover that the differences that divide us on the surface hide a deeper connection, the complicated, imperfect humanity that unites us all. Now, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion regarding this show. I was first intrigued because it's like a football show, right? And I actually was watching it with my boyfriend, and he's an ex-football player, and anything sports related, like, we have to go watch it. So we were like, let's check it out. We saw the trailer. We were a little bit interested. And you guys, we couldn't even get through to watching the entire first episode of the first season. I was not a fan. Like, I just like didn't like the acting. We thought it was like too childish for us. I mean, we're in our mid-20s. We want something a little more grown, you feel me? It's like kind of like kid-friendly. It's a good pick for like a PG-13 audience or for like a high schooler at home. Like, I feel like if you're like a high school student, you'll be able to identify with this TV series. But for me, for us, it wasn't our thing. The acting just wasn't it for us. I mean, they must be doing good if they're airing their third season tonight. But for me, it's a no. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And then the second show that's going to be airing tonight is the fourth season of The Good Doctor, airing on ABC. The synopsis goes, Sean Murphy, a young surgeon with autism and savant syndrome, relocates from a quiet country life to join a prestigious hospital surgical unit. Alone in the world and unable to personally connect with those around him, Sean uses his extraordinary medical gifts to save lives and challenge the skepticism of his colleagues. Just by reading that synopsis, I want to go home and watch this show from the beginning, because I have never engage in content like this. I've never read a storyline or a plot line regarding the main character having autism and him being in the medical field. I am highly intrigued by the show. It's again a different, interesting concept to me. Maybe not for you. Some of you may disagree, be like, oh no, like it's like the same old repetitive story. But for me, I've never engaged in this type of content in any show. I've never seen anything like this. So I'm super intrigued. The creator of the show is David Shore. And I think another reason why I'm really interested in watching The Good Doctor is because back in college, I took a disability communication course. And during my time in that course, I had to go to a seminar talking about mental illness, but specifically regarding autism. And I just like really connected with those stories and with, you know, people in the working force who have autism and how they can do amazing things and how they're really like, they have amazing high IQs. So I feel like it's going to be based on a lot of like true concepts. I'm a fan. Like, I don't know. I just really am interested and I'm intrigued. So I'll keep you guys updated if I do engage in The Good Doctor. I am engaged. Like right now I'm watching Narcos season 5. Yes, I know all my Narcos lovers out there are living for it. So that's the show. Like, I'm the type of person, I can't watch multiple TV shows at once. Like, once I start something, I need to just engage in that one show, because then I'll just get too confused and it's just too much media for me. Like, I need to just be invested in one particular show, one particular character. And then once I finish that show or that season, I have to like cool off of TV for a minute. Like, I'll literally take like a month break. Or any of you guys like that too? Like, literally after like just finishing a season, I have to like, I like sit back. I'm like, okay, what did I just like see? And like, and then I start going online and researching the personal lives of all these actors and actresses that I just watched in this film. Am I crazy? I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments. Now, the next one here, this was also interesting. The third season of Manifest airs tonight on NBC. Their first season aired back in 2018, and the synopsis goes, when Montego Air Flight 828 landed safely after a turbulent but routine flight, the crew and passengers were relieved. But in the span of those few hours, the world had aged 5 years, and their friends, families, and colleagues, after mourning their loss, had given up hope and moved on. Now faced with the impossible, they're all given a second chance. But as their new realities become clear, a deeper mystery unfolds, and some of the returned passengers soon realize they may be meant for something greater than they ever thought possible. So this, I think if you're a fan of drama, mystery type shows, this might be your best pick, might be a good pick for you. I understood from that kind of complicated synopsis that people are on this plane, they're flying, and during the duration of the flight, once they land, the rest of the world has aged 5 years. So that's kind of my understanding from that synopsis. I think it was kind of poorly worded. It was kind of everywhere. I don't know. I think if I have to choose between Manifest, The Good Doctor, or, what was the other one? Sorry. All American. That's how forgetful it was for me. I would still choose The Good Doctor as my top pick. You guys can let me know in the comments which one you guys would like to engage in first. And then last but not least, this is going to be for all my reality TV show lovers. Get excited. Love and Hip Hop Miami and Love and Hip Hop New York are both airing tonight on VH1. I'm excited. I know though, half of you right now who are listening are excited like me, and the other half are cringing and hate reality TV. There's no in between, I think, when it comes to reality TV. You either hate it or you love it. But because of these shows, we have so many great and funny memes and jokes circling the internet. For instance, Cardi B. Without Love and Hip Hop, Cardi B wouldn't have rose to fame as quickly as she did, and we would have never discovered her or her comedic side, and we would have never discovered, all the funny sayings that she says, like, "Okur." And I can't believe I just said that in your ear. I apologize. I was like a fast one. I got nervous. I just wanted to make sure I properly rolled my R's. But I'm a fan of reality TV. Again, I don't engage too much of it because I do understand it can be a little too much. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of cussing, a lot of drama. But that's why I love it, because it's like, obviously it's like a little bit scripted because it's entertainment, and that's just the world of reality TV, but I can't stop but engage in it. So again, I know my reality lovers, get pumped. Love and Hip Hop Miami and Love and Hip Hop New York air tonight. And you guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode here at the GSMC Entertainment Podcast. We talked about a lot today, okay? We started off today talking about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union introducing their 12-year-old daughter, Zaya Wade. Again, sending much love, light, and positivity to that family. We talked about Jonas and Sophie Turner possibly expecting their first child. We talked about Amber Rose getting her face tatted, and then all these shows that are now airing tonight. So if you guys liked what I had to talk about today, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, share it to your friend, your auntie, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, everybody, so they can all tune in and get their daily dose of the entertainment world. And as always, I wish you guys all a very happy and healthy week, and stay tuned for next week's episode here at the GSMC Entertainment Podcast.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.